All right, y'all. So this is gonna be a current energy reading for December, the end of December, the last day of December for 2025. Y'all make sure y'all give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoy the content. I will have a donations link in the description box below if y'all care to donate. So let's go ahead and see what's going on for the current energy for a clairvoyant reading for the last day of December before New Year's of 2026. So the last day of 2025. December 31st reading of 2025, the last day 2025. So what's going on for today? All right, the moon reverse Cancer energy, the Ace of Cups, the High Priestess reverse Pisces energy, Five of Swords, Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles reverse, Seven of Pentacles reverse, Eight of Pentacles reverse, Just reverse. This keeps on coming out through the cards. These individuals are trying to do everything in their power to get the upper hand, to gain leverage over a situation, but it's not going to go how they expect it to. Queen of Pentacles reverse. This is definitely connected to some witches that may be authority with a just reverse, or somebody that's using witchcraft to manipulate something. Okay, so at the end of 2025, there's some witches that's being exposed for scamming. There's some witches that's getting exposed for scamming and trying to get the upper hand, involving collaborating with a few dirty officials, what it looks like with the justice reverse. They're also going to get caught for manipulating things and tampering with something with the Seven of Pentacles reverse. This could be financial currency. They're trying to manipulate something involving financial currency. But this is all connected to you being a victim of a scam with the Eight of Pentacles reverse. And this is something that's being done repetitively. So this is both indications of scamming energy. Eight of Pentacles reverse and the Six of Pentacles reverse. And this right here is connected to people that are trying to emotionally victimize people, and while emotionally victimizing you through a situation, by trying to relentlessly have the upper hand because of people that they know as conflict of interest. All of these individuals that are connected to this justice reverse energy are scam artists, scammers, frauds, extortion. Nothing but a group of extortioners here that are bullies with the Five of Swords. Keep on trying to get the upper hand in this type of way. You're going to find out where it's going to put you, bro, with the Eight of Swords energy. This will be exposed. This will be exposed for these individuals trying to do everything in their power to bully, to harass, to intimidate, to relentlessly hold somebody up against their free will with the Eight of Swords energy while victimizing them in the process with a scam. Scheming and scamming. And there's also some T-word energy here too. Trafficking. Queen of Pentacles reverse. And there's plenty enough information on this. It's like these individuals keep on doing this excessively with this person here. Several individuals that are connected to these individuals are doing this excessively to violate your rights, to break the law. There's also witchcraft practices are being committed with the High Priestess reverse, but this is something that's exposed with the Moon and the High Priestess reverse, so this is exposed. There's energy harvest and rituals that's being exposed too. They try to put you in despair. That's being exposed too. So these individuals are just headed for a downfall because there's absolutely nothing they could do to get the upper hand. Because of doing a lot of underhanded things already that has led up to the actions of consequences creeping up on them. They could be getting in serious trouble with the Justice reverse and the 8 of Swords being there. By them relentlessly trying to have the upper hand while doing underhanded things to you. Could be through conversations, doing things repetitively through conversations, through scamming. Manipulating things financially with the 7 of Pentacles reverse, fabricating things. That would be some color law violations with the Justice reverse. This is going to lead to a lot of trouble for these individuals, what it looks like. Including the people that's connected to these people that's inside there. I'm hearing a karmic justice system is getting caught up. I don't really use that word when it comes to my readings, y'all, but this is what I'm getting out of this energy. A karmic justice system, where some of you are located at, are getting caught. I'm going to tell you why it's a karmic system, because they're not learning their lessons to stop doing the same repetitive behavior involving intimidation, abuse, violence, intimidation, aggression, bullying. With the Justice card being in reverse, they're not enforcing proper law the proper way. Not when color law violations are being committed while on duty. That's not proper enforcing a law. The DOJ or the FBI will take these cowards down, what I'm hearing, intuitively. One of these two agencies will get these individuals on this level because of what they're doing inside of this department. And they act like ain't nothing being seen, but it is being seen. They could be, okay, so there's not only them being thrown out of there, they're going here too with the 8 of Swords. There's plenty enough information with the 8 of Wands here. Plenty enough information. This is all exposed with the Moon and the High Priestess reverse. It's also exposed to how you've been victimized at your job in regards to a scam. You could have lost a lot of money at your job due to money being stolen from you. That's another thing that's linking back to these individuals that has been stealing currency from you. So these individuals not only violated the law, they violated your rights in order to engage in stealing. There's a lot of stolen currency with the 6 of Pentacles reverse. And how this scamming is being done is through a stolen identity. With the 6 of Pentacles reverse, a stolen identity. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to keep it up and 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 keep it up until all their ass get put here by the DOJ, what it looks like. Give me a closing message. I'm not reading this stupid shit no more. Closing message for this reading. These motherfuckers ain't controlling shit about you. You will get justice. If you're an earth angel going through this, you will get justice over that. Some of you could be a psychic that is having to go through this to undergo this activity. You're not going to be going through it much longer. You have told the truth about what it was putting you in despair, and it will get caught. Seven of Swords, if this was being done to a psychic or a spiritual healer, you will get justice over this. Due to an investigation taking place, Tower reverse. These individuals are not willing to change. They don't want to let go of you, but they're going to be forced to let go of you. Two of Pentacles. The Strength reverse. This is connected to a lot of bullying and an ex-lover of yours that you don't have any contact with. You're protected from that. From what these individuals are trying to do in order to try to control the situation, to put you in despair. They're going to actually be all over the news is what I'm hearing in a very negative way for what they have been engaging in with this devil reverse energy. But this is going to expose them while having them release out your energy while getting caught with the Seven of Swords reverse. They will get caught, removed out your energy. Especially if you're one of these gifted people up here with the Temperance and the High Priestess energy. You're going to get justice over that. You're protected from what these individuals keep on trying to do. They keep on trying to get you to appear as if you're a toxic person to a public setting, as if you're abusing people. But this is what is being done to you, and your identity is being used in order to initiate harm or to conduct some type of harm on other people while having you falsely accused of it. If some of you are speaking out about this involving your intuition, keep on speaking out about it. You keep on taking action too. You keep on fighting up against these fucking people, bro. You don't let these individuals back you in the corner one bit. You keep standing up against these cowards. You keep calling them out. Keep on calling them out. Keep on getting video documentation of that too. Keep on collecting as much evidence as you can and keep speaking up about it. These individuals will be brought the fuck down. Four Wands reverse and the Devil reverse. They're not controlling shit about your character. This is going to get exposed publicly about what they have been trying to hold you back with, what they have been engaging in, while trying to have you look as if you're a toxic individual. How come this is coming out? How come this energy up here is coming out if you was doing something wrong? You're not. You are the one that's being done wrong and being wrong for the wrongdoings of these individuals. This will backfire. Tower reverse, this will backfire. So that's the closing message. Justice will be served. Especially divine justice will be served. There's also some physical justice that could be being served too. You will get justice over injustice. These individuals that's been relentlessly trying to hold you up and hold you back, you're going to be released from that. You have nothing to worry about. One of these individuals are being seen to be in a connection with one of these predatory people. With the Devil reverse, that connection is going to get split up too. With the Four Wands reverse. So if there's somebody that's sitting there trying to have you look bad and have you appear to look a certain way within a community setting, with the Four Wands reverse, the truth is coming out about how this individual is in a whole connection with a predatory person that abuses people and abuses youngins. That's coming out too. Yep. Clarify that. The Ace of Pentacles. Got some fucking nerve to sit there and run your goddamn mouth about an innocent person, but yet you sitting there in a connection with somebody that is one of these individuals. How pathetic. And you got the nerve to sit there and try to block somebody's love life all at the same time? What a piece of shit. That's what you are. But guess what? This fake ass connection, that's gonna be split up. That's gonna be split up by these individuals sitting there. What it looks like they could be coming to these individuals' house with the hermit card, knocking on their door with a search warrant like that. This could be two married people with the Four of Wands reverse here. Two married people. Don't have to be. Two married people that think that they're all holier than thou. That thinks that they're going to sit there and slander your character around a whole public setting. But yet at the same time, one of these individuals are committing predatory activity while in a connection with this person. It could be abusing somebody under the closed doors, behind closed doors in this house. So there's a lot of abuse that's taking place behind closed doors within two married people's house, what it looks like with the Four of Wands reverse. Don't have to be married. They could be engaged. There's definitely some type of connection. I'm also hearing there's a connection that's being caught to be forced upon one of these individuals. But that's going to be released out of their energy. So somebody may be trying to force a connection that's not really meant to be, because of trying to fit some type of false narrative for somebody else. So something's going to get caught where someone is trying to force an individual to be in a connection with somebody else. But yet there's abuse that's happening behind closed doors that other people may not know about. But yet the individual that's in this connection is being abused. They could be abusing each other, going back and forth or fighting back and forth with each other. And yet there's some other kind of abuse that's taking place. I'm getting something to do with someone's going to get caught for trying to force a bullshit connection on someone. Could be trying to force them to get married to this person, what it looks like, but that's going to be separated. You have Capricorn, Sagittarius, Libra, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, Virgo. Somebody's going to get caught for trying to force a connection in order to lead to a bullshit marriage. It's like these individuals think that they're going to be together to be married. No, they're not. Something's going to separate them with the Lovers reverse. Especially with both of these in reverse. They're going to be separated for sure. Especially with both of these being in reverse. And this card being in reverse. They're not going to be together. Look, there's two people right here too. That's caught. Somebody wants this individual in this connection in order to harvest energy off of possibly one of their family members, bro. This is nasty. This is nasty. So the person that this individual is with is being forced and controlled by somebody else that don't even have anything to do with this connection. But yet it's trying to get a hold to the individuals that live in this resonance energy and to possibly do things that's inappropriate, bro, on a... This is an extreme level. These two are not going to be together that much longer. With both of these being in reverse. This is a forced connection. This could be somebody that works in a law that may be going through that with the Justice card. Sounded to me they got some officials that are being covertly exploited, but yet they have to do certain things in order to be evil and fight back. They got some officials that are being taken advantage of, and they're using their trauma in order to do this to them. They're not strong enough to withstand this energy. Because this could be some type of, like, they could have an addiction to the darkness with a devil card reverse. But that could be breaking loose. They're not strong enough to withstand that. Somebody's getting bullied. Someone's getting bullied Someone's definitely getting taken advantage of in a connection. But it's like this could be going back and forth on both people. But this is deliberately forced this way in order for this to take place. And there's other people within the residence that are being abused, bro. Or being subjected to watching abuse happen right there in front of their face. And it's like you can't call the law because you got one of them that works in there. And it's like everybody's supposed to stay quiet about it. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. That's what's being looked into with the Hermit card. Ain't nothing hidden about that. Ain't nothing hidden about that. Clarify the Seven of Swords reverse. Why is the Seven of Swords in reverse? Seven of Cups. Someone's going to get caught for causing confusion, illusions, lying. That's going to be connected to trying to make you look bad when you're this person the whole time. They're trying to falsely accuse you of taking some form of action or being part of some type of abuse that's taking place within two people or a few people, but they're the ones that's engaging in that but causing illusions about it. Manipulation. Whoever is going through this will be set free from that with the Devil reverse and the Four of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so if somebody's trying to force a connection or force some type of false narrative upon you with two other people that are actually the abusers, or one of these people being an abuser, that right there is going to be released out of your energy, because this is sickening what these individuals are doing. Clarify that. What is this that's being released? Some type of, look like to me, something being ran within a business, or this could be some bullshit connection. And a lot of shady things are being done within a connection. You're also being released from an illegal business being ran, and these individuals are trying to falsely accuse you of doing things that you're not doing. But it's them that's engaging with these practices because somebody else knows the truth about why they're doing this to you. If you're one of these individuals, this is why this is being done, in order to try to get in the way of you being a reader, because you tell a lot of truths. This is what you do for your job, spirituality. And yet these individuals are being seen to be doing the exact opposite of that. But trying to have you falsely accused, it's like, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. So this is what you're being released from. These individuals trying to control things, are also trying to control currency, trying to control your reputation within a whole public setting. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Yeah, they're on a judgment for that. Scorpio energy. You're also being set free from calling this out. So if you have been calling this out, something has been evaluated, what it looks like, because the Judgment card is all about something that's under examination or evaluation. Something that's being evaluated. There's illegal business that's being evaluated. They're gathering information and details on this business that's being ran. So therefore, it's going to better to prevent you from to continuously call this out because of something being stopped. So therefore, you're going to be set free from this right here. You should not be being done this way at all. Nine of Pentacles, it's also been evaluated how you make your money, just like I said. If some of you are a high priestess or a spiritual healer, this is what has been evaluated. This is how you make your money. That's the truth, Ace of Swords. They got full truth and clarity on that. Therefore, it's going to be used against everything that's trying to be used against you. That's relentlessly trying to be used against you. Clarify the Ace of Swords. Look at that King of Swords. Okay, so there's authority figures that have the truth on that. especially with the Judgment and all these cards in the upright position. Look at that compared to this one. So this is what you set free from because of these individuals having to intervene. This could be connected to a car, a truck, a van, a SUV. Some of this could be being done to you while you travel. Something is off about your vehicle. With the Chariot reverse, somebody may be doing something shady in regards to vehicle activity. That's another thing that's being seen and evaluated with the Chariot reverse. They know where this is coming from. They know what's being done with some type of vehicle activity. The Eight of Swords, this could be connected to kidnapping. Yeah, this ain't a good look for these individuals. This is all about trying to hold you up to it. The Eight of Swords energy, relentlessly trying to impede on your right to travel freely and all to get in the way of your freedom. This is all about you trying to travel, but yet it's like you can't go anywhere. It's because every time you travel, you're having to be faced with restrictions. This is due to these individuals getting in your fucking way and lying on you to keep you held up with a situation with the Eight of Swords. This could be seen as kidnapping. Illegal, unlawful detainment of your freedom with the Eight of Swords here, even though you're not placing restraints. This could still be seen as illegal, unlawful detainment of your freedom, your right to travel freely and to walk outside freely. So this is going to be deprivation of your rights under Title 18 U.S.C. Section 242. That's what that Eight of Swords is linking that to, with the Chariot reverse. This is deprivating you of your rights. These individuals don't understand that you have federal protected rights, bro. It's been cleared up that you're not connected to all of this, and some of you out there got evidence to prove that. Why am I getting these individuals going to be getting in trouble for violating that title and section with illegal, unlawful detainment of this individual's freedom? Because there's evidence. There's evidence to prove that. Financial evidence here. How these individuals are making their money, that's connected to their illegal business. With the Ten of Pentacles reverse, that's connected to money laundering. The T word money, TRAFFICKING, and scamming and scheming. There's a lot of individuals that's connected to that. So this right here is going to be an indication of something that is being done within a public setting. Public corruption is under evaluation right now with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So this is connected to a public corruption case of white collar RICO. There's a lot of RICO energy here too with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. RICO racketeer energy. So this is a serious violation. So serious violations involving the public, especially with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. This is not an isolated situation. This is out in the opening with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Because of how many people are being seen within this city or town, it can either be a city or town that's engaging with these type of illegal practices with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Clarify that. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, somebody got a lot of burden of proof on that. Some of you could have also been gathering evidence on these matters. Every time you're in a public setting, you could be documenting things down. You could have reported these activities, but also kept a record of documentation of your own. That way, if something gets so-called lost, you'll have records of documentation how many times you reported that. What you done was a smart thing, yeah. If you're recording everything of what you do, you document everything of what you do, the time and dates that you have to document, report things. That right there is actually smart on your behalf. There's a synergy in the background, again, that's trying to sit there and hide. Dude, you're not hiding and you're not gaslighting this activity. You're not. You're not. You could sit there and chuckle on your fucking breath. You think something is a joke. You think something is a game. It ain't a game, bro. Because there's other people that knows what has been done to this individual that's above you, that is actually looking into these matters, that's going to actually take action. This is going to be one of these individuals, angels, that's going to take action to protect this person, not you. You want to sit there and fuck off and ignore a problem. These are the individuals right here that's not going to sit there and play with a situation. Because of a business that is being ran to harm different amount of people, and there's things that are connected to this Ten of Pentacles reverse that are serious enough in order for them to intervene. Yes, this person has the physical proof. And there's also other people that have the physical proof right there too. Could have been within the last 7 months or the last 10 weeks or so, or last 10 days. There's not just one person that's in on what's going on here that you talk to. That's what these individuals need to understand. Clarify that. The ending card. Okay, so whether they like it or not, this is going to end. So they have enough burden of proof in order to change the situation, to bring an end into it. Scorpio energy, Cancer energy. The Queen of Cups reverse. This is all connected to that emotional abuse. You being emotionally neglected, emotionally abused. Some of you could have been a mother figure that could have been neglected. Trying to victimize a mother figure here. Single mothers. There's something coming out here about how single mothers has been used in an underhanded manner in order to victimize one of their own. And they may be forced and manipulated against their free will to engage in these activities because they're afraid of getting in trouble. So there's an extortionist that's behind the scenes threatening these individuals that if they don't engage with that, then they could be faced with some type of consequences. This is intensely calling for divine intervention of higher up authority figures to intervene in order to shut this shit down, bro. Because it's not just this high priestess that's being done in a dirty, underhanded manner. There's other people that are being subjected and victimized to harm. And the main reason why these individuals may not be reporting these activities is because they're afraid. They're afraid somebody got them in fear. Someone has them in fear. This is also a lot of spell work being put on them too. Binding rituals. What they call that? Oppression rituals being done. Oppression rituals being done. Trying to project numerous amount of fear upon them. That way they can't speak out and say anything. That's all right, though, because somebody's sitting there gathering some information, bro, with the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, and this is solid enough in order to cause an ending to happen. That would be the helmets. There may or may have been a raid that could have took place or will be taking place to cause changes within this being done. This is all related to this Tower and Four of Wands reverse. Individuals are not wanting to change or willing to change the way things are being done in a very underhanded, malicious manner that is not safe for a public setting at all. This is not safe for a community. These type of practices that are being engaged in are not safe for a public setting. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Clarify that. Yeah, look at that. Five of Wands as I'm saying that, bro. Attacks. Nothing but attacks. Attackers. It's not just you that's being victimized through a situation. There's other individuals that are being victimized, especially moms. They're being victimized. They're being forced into doing things that they really don't want to do, which I'm not really getting that they're going to get in trouble. They could have assistance from some of these agents with the King of Swords energy. I'm not really getting that they're going to get in trouble because they know how serious this is in regards to these individuals being forced against their free will and being threatened by an extortionist. Several of them. If they don't engage or participate with these activities, then they're subjected to being arrested or something. That right there is going to end with these individuals being put away what it looks like with the Eight of Swords energy. So this is a serious problem. Maybe everything could be making sense to a few of these individuals. How can I say that? Maybe everything could be making sense to these individuals why people may have not reported what you reported. They may not even know their rights, bro. Some of these individuals where you at don't even know their rights. They don't even know about federal law or things that cross over into their jurisdiction. They don't know nothing about that. I guarantee you, bro, you go to walk up to one of these, now there may be a few of them, maybe a few of the bunch that may know something about that. But I guarantee you, brother, majority of the time, you go up out there and walk up to a random person and you get in a conversation and start explaining some titles and sections or some US 18 Code 201 violations. They're not going to know what you're talking about. They're not going to know about the US Constitution, First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, all the amendments. There's something very significant about the 14th Amendment. They're not going to know what you're talking about when it comes to that. I mean, some of them will. And those are the people that let these individuals just do whatever they want, bro. They trample all over their rights. They think that they just do whatever they want to. But it's the people that know their rights, that know certain things, that can actually counter those ulterior motives and phishing techniques and tactics. You don't have to be an experienced lawyer either or have any form of studying in law school. Some of you out there may have a very strong spiritual DNA of law enforcement that may run through you spiritually. So therefore, you're going to be well conditioned mentally, not much so physically, but mentally and intuitively with the information. Therefore, you will let that be used as a guide to protect you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because therefore, you can protect yourself from hiring an attorney and wasting your fucking money from an extortion. Them extorting you a currency and trying to use you and take advantage of you. I wouldn't trust none of them either. It's best when you know your rights and you know certain things in order to counter these ulterior motives and all to disrupt these plots of what these individuals are trying to do to you. And especially if you have some federal law knowledge or you could have taken up some type of school or went to training when it comes to that, then therefore you have the right type of knowledge and information in order to use against these individuals to disrupt them. Because this right here, this Five of Wands and Ten of Pentacles reverse, I channeled this the other day too, with the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands. You have a group of these individuals committing nothing but attacks within a public setting that could be related to a bit of terrorism that's being done too, which are known to be dangerous and violent people that could be connected to an extremism group or cult-like practices. What's the matter? You afraid of a spiritual person taking the law in their own hands because they know what they're talking about? They know exactly how to disrupt these groups of people. If you're so intimidated by it, then go get you a new job, bro, because you ain't serving and protecting the right way. It shouldn't be our job to take these individuals down by ourselves, bro. That's not how it's supposed to be. But you push us in that position, we will definitely do it. We will definitely share the knowledge and use our gift of nature and all to put these arrogant assholes in a place that thinks that they know something about the law when you don't know jack shit. Go do your research on these titles and sections under the U.S. Constitution, the First Amendment, and all the amendments. Go do your research on these titles and sections, and you're going to see that it's fitting a description of what's been done within a public setting. What's the matter? You too chicken shit to get off your fucking ass and protect somebody? Ain't that your job? Ain't that your job? To protect somebody? I don't give a damn if they spiritual or not. It's protected under the First Amendment. The right to freedom of religion and belief. Ain't it your job to protect people? Why are you pushing these spiritual beings in order to get this energy to try to have to do your job for you? You provoke some of us long enough, bro. You're gonna see the not tactics, but you're gonna see that energy come out of us full force. Like, damn, bro, how do they know all that? How do they know certain things in order to diffuse situations? How come they have the law enforcement codes when it comes to certain language? Because we know, bro. We know. Do you know what divine law is? Do you know what spiritual law is? Obviously not. If you think for 1 minute you're going to let a spiritual person or a spiritual person going to let you punk them out, they're not going to sit there and allow that. They're not going to ignore shit because their intuition is too powerful for it to be ignored. We know what's going on, bro. We will get into that information whether you like it or not. You don't want to sit there and do your job the right way. When we ask you for assistance and help, we're going to take the law in our own hands in a public setting to exercise the First Amendment with recording activities publicly in order to collect documentation and evidence on that. And we're going to see what these individuals are engaging in. Because it's all right in a public setting. You may not be able to record on private property, which that's understandable. We're not talking about that though, because there's certain things that you can't do when it comes to recordings. You can't trespass on somebody else's property and to get something documented down because they could get you for trespassing. We're not talking about that. But if you are in a public setting, whether it's on a public road, public sidewalk, public business, a government building, you have the right to record. It's all protected under the First Amendment. They could tell you, oh, they don't want to be on camera. Get out the way then. Don't even come out their house. They shouldn't even come around you if they don't want to be on camera. You have the right to record in a public setting. Why you think they invented dash cams? Why you think they have body cams? Don't that record things in a public setting? Exactly. You have the right to record in a public setting, especially if you're on a public road or a public sidewalk. Or even a public parking lot. You're not being seen to be doing any harm, but document things. Make sure that you announce that within your video. You could be a community activist. You could be an activist. Somebody that could be speaking out. You let your intentions be known very well as I say, look, you're just exercising your First Amendment as an activist. You could be a community activist. You sit there and you make sure that your intentions are well known. That way that they can't twist anything against you. If they don't want to be on camera, they don't even get anywhere around you to where they could be seen on camera. That's common sense. Because some of us are not the ones that's going to sit there and just walk up with a camera like that. If we see something going on in our surroundings that are violating and obstructing our rights, we're going to be at a good 100-foot distance in order to get it documented. We're not going to be doing the approaching. Because that could be misinterpreted on another level. You want to keep at least a good 100-foot distance from the individual or whatever is being done within a public setting. You don't really want to get too close to it. Not even within a 50-foot distance. I would keep it safe. Another 50-foot would be 100-foot distance. That way they can't sit there and misinterpret your intentions. As I say, oh, well, you approach them, bullshit. You at 100-foot distance. You're far enough from them. And you're documenting things down. Anything that is being committed in a public setting and you happen to catch that on camera while it's being done in the public, they can't tell you anything about it, bro. They can't. It don't matter if somebody is doing something in a vehicle either. If you could see through those windows, bro, and you catch that on camera, you have the right to collect that as evidence. Yes, you do. Because it's still in a public setting. I don't give a damn if they got windows where they can see through it or not. If you are seeing it happen in a public setting, in a parking lot, you have the right to get that documented down. If they don't want to be seen, they shouldn't even be doing it right there within a vehicular setting. Simple as that. So if there's a fight going on and somebody's being punched or there's somebody that's sitting there punching somebody inside of a vehicle and you happen to get that on camera and it's happening within a vehicle but in a public setting, they can't sit there and do anything to you about it because it's still being seen within a public setting. Or anything pertaining to that. It don't matter if you can see through the windows or not, especially if you're at a long distance. Now, I would say it's another thing about approaching a vehicle. I would not approach the vehicle. But if you have a camera to where you can zoom in as I say, hey, bro, look, this is what's happening. And if you can see it, then therefore you have every right to document that down. They can't say shit about it. That's what I'm talking about. But anyways, it's depending on what it is that's happening. That's the thing. Because it could be a serious problem. Somebody could be getting, somebody could be getting beat up. But yet nobody is doing their job the right way in order to take care of that matter. But that's why you have that collected as evidence. But it could be anything that could be happening. But just like I said, bro, if there are windows, if you could see that at a long distance, something may be occurring within a public setting of a parking lot or wherever it may be, then you have the right to legally record that. Even though it may be happening within a vehicle, it don't matter. It's still in a public setting. It's still happening within a public setting. But I would keep a safe distance between you and whatever's going on. At least 100-foot distance. At least. Some of you may not be familiar what 100-foot is. Like you may not be familiar with the distance of that. Just use your intuition. Use your intuition of discernment. And you are better to tell. You don't have to be exactly 100 foot away from them, y'all. Just far enough away to where you don't be seen a certain way or interpreted the wrong way, etc. And if anybody got a problem about you documenting something down and calling something out, then they just going to have a problem. But they only got a problem with the truth. You have some of these individuals that may be parked illegally over the yellow lines. With this 10 of Pentacles reverse, you document that down. Why they sit there parked illegally over the yellow lines? Don't you know they could be cited for that, for illegal parking? Why ain't the law doing their fucking job the right way and citing these individuals for illegal parking? Some of them don't even have legitimate tags on their vehicle, the front or the back of the vehicle. And they're supposed to be getting cited for that. King of Wands. So yeah, just like I said, some of you are an action taker. You are an action taker. From the looks of it, bro, you're going to have to, like, until these individuals get down to where you're at, you're going to have to take the law in your own hands to make sure that this activity stays down as much as possible, because apparently they're putting you in this position in order for you to make sure a public setting is ran the right way. You may not be able to do much about it. This is beginning to piss me the fuck off, bro. This is being done to some spiritual people. What's the cards of advice for this person that may be going through this? What's the cards of advice for the person that may be going through this? Three of Swords, the Hierophant. You're being guided to move. You're being guided to move. You're going to find a lot more peace if you will move. The Fool reverse. This is God's energy right here too with the Hierophant card. I'm also getting with the Hierophant card being here. You got the power to create a whole new law with the Hierophant card. You could be the law yourself, what it looks like with the Hierophant card. You have the power to invent a new law, bro, what it looks like with the Hierophant card. And ain't none of these fuckers could tell you what to do. Because apparently you on to a lot of things and you could create a new law with the Hierophant card. If this is something they don't want to hear, then stop pushing this individual to the point of wanting to hurt spiritual people. Because this right here is connected to the spiritual community that's going through that with the Hierophant card. And I'm getting there is a law for the spiritual community because half of these individuals that's being seen to be engaging in these practices are cult members. That's why you're not protected by them because they protect their own call of people. And some of you may be questioning, well, how come they protect our average person out there? Because they're not awakened, bro. They're not spiritual. They're not spiritual. The day I see one of these individuals protect a spiritual person, I'll believe it. But till then, they're enemies to us, bro. They're enemies. They ain't worth a fuck. None of them. They will forever be seen as a warlock and a witch. A monitoring spirit, that's all they are. Monitoring spirit. Ain't good for nothing. You got these laws that's supposed to be enforced the proper way, but yet ain't none of them being ran the right way. Ain't none of them being enforced the proper way when it comes to the spiritual community. See, the illusion is you're trying to have us, you're trying to project this illusion as if we're going to be back there. Let me tell you something, bro. You ain't backing nobody in the corner with this Hierophant card here. This ain't even got nothing to do with tarot. You are not going to have our rights stripped from us because they got a whole nother level out there that can overpower your bullshit with this Hierophant card, and that's what you're afraid of. When the spiritual community comes together, that's what you're afraid of. Because in the end, we the ones that have the power to take this shit down by ourselves. There's a will, bro. There's a way. You keep pushing these individuals to the extent of doing these type of, or committing these type of activities. This is all about all the spiritual community coming together. If the so-called law don't want to help anybody when it comes to that, then therefore you're going to create a massive amount of shift that's going to take place in order for the spiritual community to come together, in order for them to have protection. There's something there's something they can do in order to protect themselves from harm. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. The truth has been out a long time about spiritual people being done this way. Tarot readers being done this way. Oracle readers being done this way. Divination people being done this way. The truth is out about it. Even people that's connected to God. Even the ones that don't read divination. They're still subjected to being attacked that way. The truth is out about it. I'm going to tell you why. Because they follow the Most High. They follow the Most High. So if people think it's just the divination people that go through this, no, it's not. It's the people that believe in God, too. A lot of Christians go through that, too. Yeah. because God's where it's at. It don't feel good to be unmasked as a demon, huh? As a more worse and intense than a reptilian person. It don't feel good to be unmasked as a demon, huh? You fucking scumbag. Don't feel good to be unmasked as one of them, huh? Because that's exactly what you are. You ain't nothing but a monitoring spirit that loves to torment people. That loves to sit there and torture and torment people. You ain't torment one of God's people. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. Because he's going to create a way to where these individuals could come together. And they're going to form their own protection. And they're going to be able to protect themselves versus you. You're not going to ever be able to hurt them anymore. No, you ain't. You just think this one person is powerful. Put all these spiritual people together and see what happens. See what happens, because you're going to push them to that point, bro. The 6 swords, you're going to push them to that point. To where they're all going to end up gathering up together, finding out each other's location, and coming together as one big group and taking over this type situation. So you could keep on sitting back and doing this and doing that, doing this and doing that. You don't want to help this person out, along with other people that are being harmed through a situation. Because it's not just the spiritual people that are being done this way. It's single moms. Yep, single moms, or it don't have to be a single mom. It could just be mother figures. For some of you, I would get the hell out of there, bro. The 6 of Swords energy, I would get the hell out of there. That's God trying to move you in a certain way, because this right here is hurting you. And these individuals are not doing anything about it. What's going to happen to these sick fucks that keep on doing this to these spiritual people? I'm getting something to do with a tornado made touchdown unexpectedly. These individuals can end up getting sucked up by a tornado and spit thousands of miles. Good. I'm getting something very significant about a twister, like just falling out the sky right there. Boom. Natural disasters is what I'm channeling for these individuals. That's God's way of getting their attention that, hey, you're going to cut this activity out. Something very significant about tornadoes. What's going to be these individuals' karma that's unavoidable, Holy Spirit? What's going to be their karma that's unavoidable? Six of Cups, Page of Wands reverse. They're going to receive bad news in regards to their children. The Devil reverse. They're not going to be able to control shit anymore. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of getting the vibes of a physical investigation, and these investigators are not giving up on somebody. Okay, so the tarot cards are humbling me because of what I'm feeling energetically from the cards, especially this card right here. So their karma is you being helped out from physical people here with the Hermit card. They're not going to be able to control the situation with lies, with the Page of Wands reverse. The Patient Man reverse. This, okay, so they're going to lose publicly. Like there's a public disgrace, a fall from grace here. Having a fall from grace and exposure. This is going to hurt their reputation very, very, very badly. Yeah, they're going to receive bad news in regards to children. The Eight of Swords reverse and what else? Page of Swords. With the Fool reverse at the bottom. I'm not really going to say what I'm seeing with this Eight of Swords or Six of Wands reverse energy, y'all. But it could be one of these individuals that ends up hurting themselves because they're depressed. I don't want to talk about that, y'all. I know how that is. A long time ago, I dealt with that. I told my mom about it several times. A long time ago. I was in a dark state of mind, but I didn't know that was spiritual attacks a while back. I'm talking about this was years ago, bro. I told her that. But anyways, I'm not really going to get on that topic, but one of these individuals can end up hurting themselves, and that could be bad news to them. I don't wish that on nobody. But it's coming through my cards with the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords energy. One of these individuals could get hurt by hurting themselves due to depression. They're depressed with the Ace of Cups reverse. But this is not these individuals' fault, though. That's the thing. It's not their fault. Because of being emotionally neglected, bro. With the Ace of Cups reverse, emotionally neglected. Not being taken seriously. Being thrown off to the side as if they don't matter. These people don't care about them. That's why. They don't care about them. This could be due to some of these individuals getting bullied with the Six of Wands reverse. One of them could be going through bullying. This could be really upsetting to them. Yep. They could be getting bullied. This ain't a good look, bro, with these individuals' karma here. It's not a good look. There could be attempted, there's hanging energy attempted here. But this could pop, though, is what I'm getting. So if they try that could pop. This could be off of, like, that could be, like, interpreted as, I don't know, a post, a tree, something wooden. But I'm getting that there's something that could pop because it's not their time to go, bro. It's not their time to go. That could pop. I'm getting something to do with the rope or something could pop. But this could really hurt them, though. This could really hurt them and put them in critical condition to where they lose consciousness. This is going like the karma of these individuals that keep on doing this could come back on one of these individuals. That may be one of their own. This is sad, bro. The Three of Swords, Ten of Swords energy. This is sad. I've got something to do with the right. If there is an attempted attempted S word that happens, this could end up popping because it's not their time to go, bro. It's not their time. This is sad, bro. But this could put them in critical condition of where they lose consciousness. And it's like they can't, it's like they could be unresponsive, but they still are alive. But it could put them in critical condition. That's the thing. Because it already cut the circulation off of them with this energy right here. Bro, this is, dude. I'm also getting one of these scammers that has been doing shady shit to you. When it comes to this situation, it's also going to come out at how one of their own was being bullied by one of these corrupt individuals that was trying to have you falsely accused of doing things. And this could be leading to this individual's downfall. The truth's going to come out about how one of these crooked authority figures was sitting there bullying somebody's daughters or sons, and yet trying to have, like, they was trying to project something onto you as if you was doing something, but you wasn't. But you was having your character scandalized with the Six of Wands reverse. That's all connected to that Ten of Pentacles reverse. That's all going to come out, bro. I'm telling you, with the Hermit card, this could also be an investigator. Because they're going to want to know what led up to this right here with this Ten of Swords energy. It's due to these individuals being bullied and neglected. That's why. And I'm getting, they got all the information too. There's a person that was being scandalized and attacked that was a victim of a scam. And whoever's been doing this has been bullying one of these individuals. This ain't a good look, bro, because this right here, it's like, or there could be an investigator with the Hermit card that can end up giving the bad news to one of them with the Hermit card. One of them is going to try to commit the S word, and yet it may end up failing because of the rope popping or something. I'll get something to do with the rope popping. It's not going to hold them up there like this. It's going to pop. That's attempted. And then you have the Ten of Swords here, but it could put them in critical, It could put them in critical condition. And that would be the bad news in regards to these individuals, youngins. This could be somebody that may play baseball. That could be interpreted as a baseball bat. And then you have basketball, baseball. This could be whatever else it is, soccer, volleyball. This is sad, bro. Sad. They could be the age range from 13 to 14 to 16 with these cards. The Six of Cups, that could be interpreted as 16. The Six of Wands reverse, definitely a teenager. And something bad can happen to where they end up trying to do something to themselves in regards to them being emotionally neglected and being abused through a situation with bullying. Somebody bullying them. I'm not saying it would happen with this right here, but it's in my cards, bro. People need to open their fucking eyes and pay attention to their surroundings and do the right thing. And stop trying to hurt these spiritually gifted people, because this could come back to one of their own. They're putting a curse on these individuals by doing that to this healer, bro. By doing this to a spiritual person, they're putting a curse on these youngins. And this right here ain't right. This could be done due to a curse being put on them through something that's being done to an innocent person, wreck their reputation. And this could hurt some of their own people. So this is karma coming back around. But at the same time, they're not deserving of that. That's why this ain't going to work what it looks like with the Eight of Swords and the Patient Man reverse. But this is originally connected to a lot of bullying. With the Six of Wands reverse, a lot of bullying. And there's fake pages there too. Page of Wands reverse, Page of Pentacle reverse. Someone that has somebody a victim of a scandal here. Scamming relentlessly to try to defamate their character. This is one of the ones that has been engaging in having this individual in this energy right here. To try to harm themselves. Okay, so somebody's going to get caught up with bullying these individuals. Somebody can have 2 daughters or 2 sons that could be going through that. So who is this that's going to get caught for this bullying? For bullying these individuals? Who's this that's going to get caught for doing that? You're a fucking prick, bro. You think God ain't watching? God's watching everything. You ain't going to be bullying them for long. And this curse will not stick on them. I disagree with that. This curse will not stick on them. Father God, we renounce this curse off these individuals in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. This curse will not stick on them. That's unfair to them. They should not have to deal with any of the effects of that. May the Lord Jesus Christ remove that by the fire of the Holy Spirit and to release his army of angels to destroy that curse off of them and go back to the original sender of that if it goes to anybody. Amen. So who is this that's behind these individuals being bullied? 10 of Wands reverse. Somebody that keeps on repetitively doing something. A perverted person. Okay, so you have 2 people in reverse here. 7 of Pentacles. And the card reverse. Scorpio energy. Pisces energy. 2 of Cups. The Fool card Aquarius. King of Pentacles Leo energy Sun. And the Knight of Cups with the Tower reverse. Who is behind doing this is people that really don't give a shit about these individuals with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups reverse. Like I said, they emotionally neglect these individuals. They don't care about them. And the same ones that has been involved with causing delays with a repetitive pattern and a cycle that they don't want to stop or let go of. That don't want to end things out with a repetitive pattern. Of relentlessly committing the same thing over and 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 over. And also engaging in witchcraft practices with the High Priestess reverse. But this is all exposed over the Sun card. I'm also getting the same individuals that it's like this right here, but these individuals are very egotistical. They are aware of what they're doing when it comes to witchcraft practices and this pattern that's being continuously engaged in. So this is who it is that this could be going back on. But they're going to get karma for that. It's coming up again. Wheel of Fortune reverse. Well, this didn't come out earlier, but as I said earlier, what's going to be their card? They're going to get karma for that. And this right here is an indication of karma. Reversing on them for that. This is going to all reverse, bro, with the Tower reverse and the Wheel of Fortune reverse. This is something that these individuals don't want to change with relentlessly trying to carry out something that's not the truth on somebody with a lot of abuse. Spiritual abuse. A lot of emotional neglect. So how are these people going to get caught? How are they going to get caught? Clarify that. So explain the details of who's going to get caught with this situation. That's been engaging in that. With the Wheel of Fortune reverse, the Tower reverse, the Ending card reverse. Knight of Swords. I'm getting their own stupidity and recklessness is going to get them caught up. They're going to catch themselves up because they're stupid. King of Cups reverse again. Hierophant. The ending card reverse. Yeah, by refusing to leave somebody alone. Continuously scandalize an innocent person to try to make them out to be a nasty person within the whole public setting, but yet there's a bunch of con artists that's connected to using this individual's identity in order to get them to appear to look a certain way. But little do they know that they're having this individual victimized of a lot of con artists and their surroundings with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. Look, there it is again. Wheel of Fortune and an ending card reverse again. Two of Wands reverse again. By continuously engaging, just like I said, they're going to be stupid enough to catch themselves up with not wanting to end a cycle out. The Chariot, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. This could be due to someone rushing in. This could be authority figures rushing in with the Hierophant card that knows that this is wrong. This could be being done to a Scorpio or Cancer male with the King of Cups in reverse. Don't have to be. Taurus energy. They're having this individual being seen in a very malicious type of way, but it's these individuals that are doing that with the Ten of Pentacles reverse. And they keep on running the same type of activity over and over and over and over and don't want to stop hurting somebody. So who is this that's being seen to be operating this activity? Who's the one being seen to be operating and engaging in that activity? But try to have this person appear that way. The Chariot. Something about people that may have new vehicles. Something about new vehicles. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. People that are wealthy. Look, Five of Wands. There's suspicions on way too much money here. People that's been traveling here recently with the Six of Swords. The Sun. People that's been having a good old time. But little do they know, these good times are connected to this individual's downfall and betrayal. Three of Pentacles. Ten of Swords reverse. Knight of Cups reverse. The Eight of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Justice reverse. The High Priestess. With the Five of Cups at the bottom. The same ones that's trying to keep this High Priestess character in the dark about how they're innocent. That they're not the ones causing any trouble, which is drawing nothing but attention to these individuals inside of here. That's who's getting caught. That's exactly who's getting caught. Because they're relentlessly refusing to change the situation. It's not this High Priestess that are engaging in that. They're having to defend themselves from these attackers. So it's like these individuals don't even have not a lick of common sense to understand what the fuck they're even doing to start with. They're out of control. So once again, they're exposing themselves. They're that stupid, bro. They're that stupid. The same ones that keeps on trying to keep this High Priestess's energy in the dark. They're trying to accuse them of hurting people, but they're not. With the Ten of Swords reverse. They keep being done wrong. This could be a divination person that is being done wrong by these individuals. And these individuals are being seen to be traveling here recently with the Chariot and the Six of Swords. They're being seen to be traveling. And that's how the truth's getting out with the Ace of Swords. Something about them traveling, that's how the truth's coming out. I'm also getting all while somebody travels, they get attacked continuously. There's something very significant about people traveling. And yet this is how this is getting exposed. That's how they're getting caught. By relentlessly trying to pin something that these individuals are doing on this individual right here. But these individuals got a different information here. They got the right type of information with the Ace of Swords that, hey, it's these individuals that's doing this to them. They're not the ones hurting anybody. And they're not the ones doing any shady things for money, too. There's a double of this individual, I'm telling you. So that will be related to identity theft. Somebody causing trouble and extortionist that has a hold of this individual's identity that's doing this. And there's several of them that's connected to these people that know about it, but they're not doing things the right way because they relentlessly want to get this individual locked up for it or in trouble. But they're not. They're not going to be successful at that. No, they're not. We renounce that under the mighty name of Jesus Christ. They're not. They will be exposed. Their energy shields that's around them, whatever is trying to protect them, I command it to be released. I command it to be completely obliterated by the fire of the Lord Jesus Christ. By the divine authority of Allah. May all their protection be shattered to millions of pieces. In Jesus' almighty name. May full exposure be upon them. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. So how these individuals are getting caught, how they're being seen, it's because they keep on trying to put this individual's real characteristics in the dark. They relentlessly are trying to keep this individual's innocence in the dark. So you know what that means? Why are they hiding this individual's innocence? So that right there is going to prove this individual ain't doing nothing wrong. Somebody already has a proven that you're not doing anything wrong with the Three of Pentacles energy. You're not hurting anybody with a Ten of Swords reverse. They're not going to pin that back off on you. Dude, you're not going to get this psychic in trouble. You're not. It's advisable for the last fucking time, back off! If this is being done to a psychic with the high priestess energy, back off. You're not going to win this situation. Back off. Give me a final closing message. They're going to get caught. Final closing message so I could get the fuck off this reading. And go mystery man for a long time. I will not be on here for a while. I had enough of reading this fucking bullshit on this channel. I know how this feels, bro, because this has been being done to me for a long time. Ever since the year 2022. And my energy does come out some of these readings, but I don't announce that in every reading. But some of these readings resonate with me. And I know other people's situation could be similar. This ain't a good feeling, bro. This is irritating and fucking aggravating. What's the final closing message? There's a kingpin in reverse. Queen of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so something's exposed. In regards to some practices, there's the Fool reverse again. These stupid motherfuckers are exposed. Four of Cups, Three of Swords, Four of Wands, King of Wands, Empress. The Tower reverse, the Eight of Wands, Four of Swords, reverse, Page of Swords reverse, and the Six of Swords reverse, with the King of Pentacles reverse. Okay, so the final closing message is, these individuals still don't want to leave somebody alone with the Six of Swords reverse, Page of Swords reverse, the Eight of Wands, Three of Swords. This is all exposed. How stupid this is. This is all exposed. And how something don't want to change and something keeps on harming you. What could be the possible outcome for today for this, if this is a psychic or a divination person that is being done this way? A specific message for the spiritual community. Because I know they got some spiritual people that are being done wrong in these times for no reason. What would be the possible outcome for the spiritual community for today? Not in the future, but for today. That may be currently going through these issues or what these individuals keep on trying to do to them. Five of Wands at the bottom, Ace of Cups reverse, Three of Pentacles reverse. These individuals could be trying to get in the way of your job to try to cause a lot of upset at your job. You will be able to move on though with the Six of Swords. Fuck these people. Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups energy, Page of Cups. Okay, so there could be some good news that may arrive. King of Cups. Okay, so your character is being seen for what it is. Three of Cups. You do have trusted people that's around you. The Eight of Wands, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles reverse with the Five of Wands at the bottom. So the outcome for today, for the spiritual people that may be going through this is, I guess some of you could end up walking away. You may end up moving on or moving away with a Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. There's that Five of Wands energy again. You got angels all by your side. You got guardian angels all by your side. That's guardian angels right here. You have guardian angels all by your side. I see some of you emotionally pulling away from the situation. What's the cards of advice for these spiritual people that may be going through that? What's the cards of advice? Some of you may be advised to leave. What's the cards of advice for the spiritual people? Protect your energy with the Four of Pentacles. Three of Cups reverse, the Lovers, the Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords reverse. You need to move. You need to fucking move. I'd move, bro. Archangel Michael's guiding you to move. Yeah, change fucking locations. Move. Get the fuck away from where you're at. You're going to be a lot happier with the Temperance card and the Star. Yep. Protect your energy, bro. Or hell, you could just get out in nature more. With the Star and the Six of Swords, you could get out in nature. Protect your energy. Protect your energy very, very, very heavily. It's time to change. It's time to change location or change your surroundings. With the Eight of Cups. As you can see, there's the sun coming up in the background. That means new beginnings. So it's time to do something new. You have protection all around you. Six of Swords. You have protection all around you. Let me tell these fucking demons something that keep on lingering behind the scenes. You ain't part of the spiritual community. You ain't not a one of us. Get your ass up out this live stream and leave us alone because you don't belong here. You don't belong here in our community. You're not one of us. You could try to do all this energy harvesting all the fuck you want. You will never be one of us. You're a loser. You're scum of this earth, and you will go back to hell where you came from. I promise you that. Under Psalm 91. In Jesus' almighty name, you will go back to hell where you came from. You ain't nothing but a demon. A witch, a warlock, you ain't nothing worth this fucking land. You ain't worth a nothing. You will never be one of us, you fucking coward. You will never be one of us. You will never look like us. You will never talk like us. You will never have the same DNA or none of that. You ain't worth a fuck. Go back to your little bullshit, whacked ass cult that you in because that's who you belong to and get the fuck out of our community. That's what I tell you. You too busy trying to run us off our fucking land, but yet you got the nerve to try to be part of our community. You ain't part of shit. You ain't part of us. You ain't one of us. These individuals are trying to be like us, bro, so bad, but they can't. You will never have our spiritual genetics. I don't care how many energy harvesting rituals you can do, crossroad rituals or whatever the fuck kind of weak magic you be engaging in. You ain't one of us. And if you think you could be a Scorpio, I'm gonna speak on the Scorpio's behalf. Not nobody out there could be like us. We have our own energy and DNA. I will speak up for the Scorps out there. You will forever be a mystery. Ain't nobody can read you. Nobody understands you. You have that alien hybrid energy. That's unknown, unreadable. When these individuals try to read something, they're reading their own energy and projections of what they're trying to project onto you. Because they spend too much time wishing they could be something that they're not. Because that's a dream that they sold themselves because of how desperate they really are. That's what I speak for my Scarps out there. You stay being a Scarp. Stay being a Scarp. I'm gonna tell you what it is. They don't really hate you. They hate themselves because you are the biggest mirror they've ever seen a day in their life. You know how to reflect back who the fuck they are while being unreadable and undetectable. You know how to pull insecurities out of people without even trying. You know how to jump into people's minds, bro, without even trying. This is why all of this comes out full force of these individuals. They lose control. That's how much power you have with just in your energy of who you are. And the best part about you being that sign, you don't have to do any rituals in order for that to happen. Your energy is the ritual. If that's how you want to identify it. But this also goes for the spiritual people out there of other zodiac signs, different zodiac signs. But for my Scorps, for my Scorpios out there, I'm October 29th. For my Scorps out there, you know exactly who you are, especially if you're a Phoenix Evolved Scorpio. You want a powerful person. And yes, you're known as a Pharaoh of the Zodiac Wheel too. If you're a Scorpio, you're known as a Pharaoh of the Zodiac Wheel. It's intense for me being a Scorpio sun with Scorpio rising. I want people to go watch some of them videos of whenever Mike Tyson got in a rage in that boxing ring because he got a Scorpio rising too. It's the same type of energy, bro. I know exactly what he felt in that ring. Why he took all that rage in that ring with him, because it's that rising sign. That's an intense rising, yeah, Scorpio rising. But it makes it that much more worse upon me as a Scorpio sun with having that rising. These fucking bullies, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, these bullies, if there's a step in the ring with that rising sign, you have the ability to have x-ray vision. You see everything in x-ray vision. You see straight through people. You could pierce beyond illusions. There's no illusion when it comes to the reality that you're living in. You see beyond illusions. Illusions piss you off. Superficial people seem to have no effect and no type of emotion upon you. You could come across as emotionless to superficial people because they ain't worth their time. They ain't got no substance to them. What the fuck are they good for? What kind of value they bringing to your life? Are they caring towards you? Are they nurturing towards you? Fuck no, they ain't. It needs to be the same type of individual that be sitting there dragging your name through the mud, even though you don't identify with your name or your reputation, because reputations are illusions. If somebody don't know you personally by getting to know you physically in person, then reputation is a complete lie. It's an illusion. Because just cause somebody says this and says that, and things could be manipulated with technology these days. Just because they could say this and say that don't mean it's the truth. So what is a reputation? That's why some of us out there walk in a public setting as if there ain't nothing being said, because it's all bullshit. That's all they got to say. Wasting their time. Oh, they got the upper hand by trying to get you in trouble with the law. That still ain't got the upper hand up on me. That still don't fit a false narrative of me. I give a shit less what they try to do. Oh, well, we put a restraining order on you. Good. Still don't fit a description of my character. What that's going to do is that's going to get me to fight even more. Fight even more to protect myself from illegal stripping of my Second Amendment and illegal stripping of my federal protected rights. That's under Title 18 USC Section 242. Title 18 USC Section 241. Along with the Title 42 USC Section 14141. pattern of practice of misconduct being done even before that happened to me. That could be proven with documentation. You think this bullshit's gonna hold me back? It ain't holding nobody back. You are being seen to be holding yourself up with this situation by relentlessly impeding on my right to travel freely. I don't even deserve that order to be put up on me because of no contact being over 5 years with that person. Haven't had no communication or contact for over 5 years straight. So what the fuck is a restraining order doing on me in the first place? Ain't it obvious that there's no contact for over 5 years? Why would a restraining order be issued on you, huh? So you can make money. So you can sit there and relentlessly make money. And try to sit there and try to control me. You ain't controlling shit. You ain't controlling a damn thing. What good is that restraining order going to do if I was to move far away, huh? What it's going to do then? Not a damn thing. That's gonna be better to double the confirmation. I don't want anything to do with the individual. You are just doing that to benefit yourselves, to try to get something to fit a false narrative of what you've been doing the whole time. That you're still engaging in these times. That's been reported numerous amount of times. Oh, you can't go within a certain feet. Like I give a fuck about that. It's been like that this whole time. Even before that was put up on me. That don't make any difference, bro, because there's no contact. The main thing that's upsetting me with that, bro, is it's illegally, unlawfully stripping me of my Second Amendment. I got news for you. You ain't holding me up with that. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. You think you're going to sit there and control somebody? You ain't controlling shit. I need to get off this camera, y'all, because this is really starting to irritate me.